Okay, next thing I need to do on the Dirty Dozen, I need to bend some 2-inch exhaust pipe, preferably 2-inch and preferably exhaust pipe. It may have to be something else, but I need to bend it into this shape of this rebar here. And to do it with this Harbor Freight roller, I expect the chances are somewhere between slim and none, somewhere in that range. But I've been watching some videos and they do some things to improve these. This one already has the washers moved to the inside because when you get these things, there's a lot of slack in these dies. They slide back and forth, but or maybe I didn't do that. Maybe they've improved that. I don't know, since the videos have come out that I've been watching. But there's a company called Swag Off-Road, I think it is, and they make an extension. It welds on this, it moves your dies further out, and it adds a hydraulic jack, a Harbor Freight hydraulic jack up on top. And I've seen guys put some crossbars on this to get some more leverage. Another guy laid it on its side and then made some rollers and put on each end of it and made sure it was level. He took a level and put on there and leveled everything before he started. And then he had each end on a stand that was on wheels, and he rolled that around and it kept everything level. But he was rolling aluminum. Well, I don't think those levels and rollers or anything like that's going to help much on metal pipe, but we will see. Anyway, yeah, I've got a little bit more studying up to do on this. I went to a fab shop and the guy said, well, another quality welding out in Kashmir, they got a better roller than we do. And so I went out there and I talked to the guy and he goes, let me show you what I got at home, you know. And well, he pulled up a picture of the Harbor Freight roller. I said, well, I got one of those. I just didn't think it'd do the job. And he goes, well, that's what I used at home. And he was the fab guy, but they want you to go through the office, you know, talk to the girl up front first. And the girl had no idea what I'm trying to do. But the guy doing the work, he got it. But he said, they're going to sell you this pipe, and I want to sell you the pipe, and it's $135 an hour, plus setup time. You know, so he was trying to encourage me to just do it myself. And I've already got the machine, so I'm going to give it a try, and I think I'll try some different materials until maybe I can make it happen. I don't know. We shall see. Stay tuned.
Hi there, I'm Waylon Wire, and welcome to Waylon Wire's New and Used Cars. I want to invite you all down to the big 4th of July sale tomorrow, and tomorrow only, we are slashing and bashing prices, folks.
That's right, we're having a big 4th of July sale right here in February. Let me show you what's going on.
I do believe my pants are on fire. Looks like my chair's on fire. I believe my table's on fire. Oops! Hey, welcome to Rat Rodding. My name's Waylon Wire, and don't ever do what we do here on this channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and big old squirrels, welcome back to Waylon Wire's Old Iron. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. You know, here a while back I announced that I intend to do the 2025 Hot Rod Power Tour this summer. And that's something I really want to do. It's kind of been on my bucket list for a while. But in order for me to do that, I need to rake up a little bit of jingle, you know. So I'm going to part with one of my projects. It's not like I don't have enough, you know. And this one's pretty cool and kind of dear to my heart, and I kind of hate to let it go, but I thought I'd give one of you guys a shot at it, or maybe you not interested, but you might know somebody that would like a shot at it. But I thought I'd offer it up here before I put it on Craigslist or eBay or whatever I do with it. So if you happen to be interested in this rig at all, you can get in touch with me right here. Just shoot me an email and we'll talk. And don't be afraid to make an offer, because I'm going to price it at what I think is fair, but you tell me what you're thinking and we'll talk. yeah, I want to give you guys a shot at it. So let's take a look at what's going on, and we're gonna go back a little bit, but it's good stuff. It's a fun rig. All right, let's take a look. Danny Brown run a garden hose in the tailpipe. I seen him just a carburetor that way.
Really?
Yeah, and he said, then he was listening to it, you know, and he said, now put it the other side.
Sticking there about 6, 8 inches.
Of course, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I may have a plug wire that's not drawn all the way or something, but it runs. A rust-free frame. Well, it's hard to believe this was 5 years ago last month. I invited a couple of buddies of mine over, and we grabbed this old 1934 5-window coupe, Plymouth coupe with suicide doors, and mocked it up on a frame and put the Hemi in it and just got it all set up and looking real good. And oh yeah, it was a lot of fun doing this. And I know most of you have seen this video, so I'm not going to show it all. I'm just going to show enough of it so that you'll see all of the parts. I've been collecting parts for a while, and I've got pretty much everything a guy would need to build this rig. So we'll take a look here, and I'll cut in a few pieces and parts from that video that we did that day. That was a lot of fun.
That's pretty level. That's about it. Boy, that looks big in there.
Okay, all you
Yeah.
Toe end looks a little off, but
camber, caster, ball joint axis inclination.
oh my.
We got it all, man. Got our
There.
Ackerman steering angle.
Ackerman, yeah.
Well, as I spend more and more quality time with this old girl, and we become more and more acquainted, it's really fun to learn how it works. I figured out that this is the crank, the wing window crank. This would would crank it in and out. And of course the gears are stripped, or maybe they're just not making contact. It catches in a couple places and it turns a little bit. So I just need to take it apart and check all that out. Sometimes you can get that stuff to work, but I figured out this is the lever. This will allow the side window to roll down, and the lever is in this position. And then when you pull it over here, there's a little tab right there that rolls over. That holds the wing window in place. So once you flip it over and your wing window is locked into place, then the whole thing rolls down together. And it doesn't do that if this tab is up. Only the side window comes out. Isn't that cool? I'll tell you what. It's just good stuff. That's all there is to it. And we have this, and it's real dusty. I apologize, I didn't shine these up. I should have, but it shines up. It cleans up really nice. That intake, 6-pack intake for 331 Hemi, if you can find one, I looked on eBay, and I think it was $1,000, $1,500, something like that, just for the intake, but it wasn't polished. This is polished aluminum. Okay, that was a while back, and I couldn't find one today. The only thing I found today was this one. That's kind of close, I guess, a little bit older. And I ran across this. Now, this is the engine and the intake, and that's about what I'm asking for the whole rig, the car and the rear end and the front axle and the whole deal. So let's take another look at the intake that I have. It'll clean up real good. I've got, I don't know, carburetors, what, a couple $100 a piece? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, got the fuel rail and all the linkage that goes with these carbs. So, I don't know. It's probably a $1,500 setup. I'd take $1,000 for the whole thing. So, this is something we can add on if you're interested. Or we can talk about it, I guess. I really don't want to give this away. This has quite a bit of value. But tell me what you're thinking. Okay, let's recap here and run down the list of exactly what I have that is for sale. This is a 1934 Plymouth 5-window coupe with suicide doors. Really cool side windows, wing windows that roll down with the side window in the door. And I didn't show you the gauges, but they're really neat gauges. There are ovals within a big oval, and maybe I'll find a shot of that. I don't know. Anyway, it's a pretty good looking rig. Also, this frame, this chassis that it's sitting on goes with it. I think that is an S10 maybe, but it has a Nova front clip on it. I don't know what the frame is, but it's a Nova front clip, and that goes with it, along with a 1936 Plymouth frame that we mocked it up on, and it fits it pretty well. We got a 1953 331 Hemi. It has the long bell housing on the back, and they used to take those to machine shop and have those machined off, but they've got a new way of doing that now, and one of my viewers was up here and explained it all, and he's got all the plans, and he's done this already, and what they're doing now is, instead of machining that bell housing off, they're adapting the transmission, machining the transmission bell housing to fit up to that, which is a whole lot easier. So it's just way more doable now than it used to be. Somebody figured that out, and I've got the video on that. If that's something you're interested in, I'll try and dig it up. But anyway, there's also another 331 Hemi that's got the short bell housing, and that goes with it. Now, I got that from a friend of mine, and I don't think he ever tried to turn it over. I never tried to turn it over, but he gave it to me just as a parts engine, but I don't know. It might be a runner. Who knows? Anyway, that goes along with it. I have a narrowed Ford 9-inch housing, and it has the axles in it. It does not come with the third member. That is something you'd probably want to choose for yourself anyway, decide what kind of gears you're going to run. But in one shot in the video, I had forgotten this, but you can see in one place in the video that there's a set of ladder bars, and those would go with it as well. Okay, one more real important part of the puzzle. I have a 1940 Ford straight axle with drop spindles, and it's already been converted to disc brakes. That's pretty good find right there, and that goes along with it. That's part of the deal. Okay, let's run down the list. We got a 1934 Plymouth 5-window coupe with suicide doors, two 331 Chrysler Hemi engines, a Ford narrowed 90-inch rear end with axles, a 1940 Ford straight axle with drop spindles and disc brakes, a GM frame with a Nova front clip, a 1936 Plymouth frame, a set of ladder bars, all for $5,500. Or if you want to include the polished chrome Edelbrock 331 Hemi 6-pack intake with 6 Stromberg's fuel rail and linkage, $6,500 OBO. Email me if you are interested. Thank you. All right, fellers and fellerettes, that'll do it for this one. Once again, I sure want to thank you for showing up and taking time out of your day to watch my video. It means a lot to me, and we'll see you real soon right here on Wayland Myers Old Iron. And until then, you know I sure do appreciate you.